This week in Rivian news, Volkswagen is doubling down on its partnership with Rivian. New leasing rules are about to shake up the EV incentives across the industry, but Rivian's making moves to soften the blow with some fresh July offers. We've also got off-peak charging discounts rolling out across the Rivian Adventure network, a sneak peek at the next big software update, and confirmed news on the Gen 2 Quad. Yes, it's finally launching this week. And to top it all off, Q2 delivery numbers are here. Now let's dive in. First up today, Volkswagen doubles down on Rivian with its $1 billion boost, which could eventually make Volkswagen the company's largest shareholder, surpassing current majority stakeholder Amazon. This past Monday, Volkswagen invested an additional $1 billion into Rivian, increasing its stake beyond the current 8.6%. The payment follows Rivian's recent financial turnaround, including 2 consecutive quarters of gross profit, a key milestone that triggered the release of the next funding phase. This is part of a much larger $5.8 billion commitment between the two companies. Of that, $3.5 billion is reserved for Rivian shareholders, putting Volkswagen on track to surpass Amazon as Rivian's largest shareholder. The remaining $2.3 billion is being funneled into their joint venture, Rivian Volkswagen Technologies, formed last year to co-develop a next-generation EV software platform. I really think that Volkswagen needs this partnership as much as Rivian does. It provides access to Rivian's cutting-edge EV architecture, which could help resolve software delays that have plagued Volkswagen's own electric lineup. While Rivian still reported a net loss of $541 million last quarter, that's a significant improvement over the $1.4 billion loss from the last period last year. Future investments from Volkswagen, another $1 billion in 2026, and a final $500 million in 2027 will hinge on Rivian hitting more technological milestones, including the integration of its platform into Volkswagen's first co-developed EV. I'm happy to see that Rivian has been able to hit these milestones. Let's just hope that they can continue to do so. Next, in a move that could reshape the future of clean energy in America, the U.S. House has passed the Big Beautiful Bill, a legislative bombshell that rolls back nearly every major federal incentive for electric vehicles and green tech. Here's a quick glance at the credits and rebates that are now on the chopping block. These cuts roll back nearly every part of the clean energy economy, from vehicles and charging to homes and solar. If you are thinking about buying a Rivian or upgrading your home with clean tech, time is running out. Here's what you should know. Buy new before September 30th to claim the $7,500 EV credit. Buying used, same deadline applies to get the $4,000 credit. If you're planning to install a home charger, get it done before June 30th of 2026. If you want solar panels or any other energy efficient upgrades, act before the end of 2025. Without the federal incentives, Rivian may need to get creative to maintain its momentum. The company could roll out limited time lease deals to offset the loss of tax credits, bundle charger installations with remaining energy incentives, and double down on its Made in America identity. This legislation marks a significant turning point in the US EV policy, and for Rivian, it will be a true test of resilience. In fact, Rivian has already rolled out some timely July offers, and they're worth looking into if you're thinking of leasing or buying an R1T or R1S. If you're planning to buy or lease this summer, now's the time to act, and make sure to use a referral code to receive $500 towards accessories at the gear shop. I'll leave my referral code here and in the description below. Next, according to Rivian Tracker, Rivian is officially rolling out time of use pricing across its Rivian Adventure network, starting with sites equipped with upgraded version 1.5 chargers, and honestly, it's about time because let's be real, the original pricing was way too expensive. Now when you check the Rivian app for local chargers, you'll start to see dynamic pricing structures that reward you for charging during off-peak hours, like overnight or during the midday, when electricity is cheaper and often cleaner. This not only helps lower your charging costs, but it also supports a more efficient and sustainable power grid by reducing demand during peak times. If you don't see the time of use pricing yet at your local station, it could be because that site still uses the older version 1.0 hardware. Rivian says that about 60% of its charging network has now been upgraded to version 1.5, with more site transitions coming soon. Next up, Rivian Roamer has shared details on the upcoming 2025.22 software update, and there are some exciting new features worth highlighting. First, driver assistance features can now be used even when an electrical accessory is connected to the tow hitch, a big win for anyone towing gear or using hitch-mounted equipment. The Go chime has also been refined. Now it only sounds when the system detects you're not looking at the road, and the vehicle ahead has started moving. This smart tweak reduces unnecessary alerts and improves overall usability. Another enhancement: if your Rivian comes to a stop while adaptive cruise control or highway assist is active and the system confirms you're paying attention to the road, the vehicle will now stay engaged longer before pausing, making stop-and-go driving smoother and less frustrating. It's pretty clear that Rivian is tapping more deeply into the infrared driving monitoring system embedded in the rear view mirror. That tech is being put to good use, and I'm excited to see what future features it helps to unlock. Performance upgrades are coming too. You'll notice improved handling, roll support, and a stronger sense of agility across all drive modes and vehicle variants. And for Gen 2 owners, hot weather driving just got better with faster climate control cooldown and improved cabin comfort during steady state operation. I've linked everything from the update in the description below, but I know there are still a lot of bugs out there for many people driving Rivians. So please comment below with any issues that you're currently experiencing that haven't been addressed yet by the Rivian team. Let's help each other out and hopefully get their attention as well. Meanwhile, Rivian just dropped a huge announcement that's sure to get the performance crowd excited. The wait is finally over. Rivian has officially broken its silence on the Gen 2 quad motor. In a bold teaser, the company stated, "It'll stop you in your tracks, turn you in them too. R1 Quad Launch Edition arrives July 8th. In the video, we see an R1S performing what looks like a tank turn, a capability first teased years ago on the original quad motor platform. If you've been following Rivian for a while, you'll remember this feature was originally pulled due to concerns about real-world practicality and trail preservation. Thanks to the independent torque vectoring of the new quad setup, this reimagined version, reportedly called a kick turn according to Rivian Tracker, appears to let the vehicle pivot in place. It's unclear whether this is a full 360-degree spin like before or a more controlled partial pivot for tight trail maneuvers. I'm curious if this new name implies limitations. Maybe it's a half turn rather than endless donuts. As for whether Gen 1 quad owners will get access to this feature, Rivian is staying very tight-lipped. In theory, the hardware could support it, but maybe the original Bosch motors were the limiting factor all along. If you're thinking about upgrading, Rivian is accepting $3,000 refundable deposits for the Gen 2 quad, and this thing is a monster on paper. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, 1,025 horsepower, 1,198 pound-feet of torque, and a 10.5 second quarter mile. What really sets this apart from the rest of the lineup is driver customization. You'll be able to fine-tune everything from regen and roll stiffness to ride height and pedal mapping. But here's the thing, this level of control shouldn't be exclusive to the quad. The tri-motor is also an incredibly capable machine, and with a price tag of over $100,000, it deserves the same performance tuning features. Let us customize it, Rivian. Lastly today, Rivian reported their Q2 2025 deliveries and stay on track for their full year target. Rivian confirmed it built 5,979 vehicles and delivered 10,661 between April and June. The drop in production was expected as the company intentionally slowed output to gear up for the launch of its 2026 model year vehicles arriving later this month. Despite this decrease, Rivian is sticking to its full year delivery target of 40,000 to 46,000 vehicles. Now let's zoom out. In Q1 of 2025, Rivian built 14,611 vehicles and delivered 8,640, right in line with its earlier guidance. That brings total deliveries for the first half of 2025 to 19,301. So what needs to happen next? To stay on track, Rivian must deliver between 20,000 to 27,000 vehicles in the second half of the year. That breaks down to about 10,000 deliveries per quarter to hit the low end of the guidance and 13,000 deliveries per quarter to hit the high end. With model year 2026 launching soon, Q3 and Q4 will be key quarters to watch. watch. The big question now, can Rivian ramp up fast enough? But that wraps up this week in Rivian news. There's a lot to digest and even more to keep an eye on. If you found this update helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next, especially as Rivian ramps up the second half of 2025. And don't forget, drop a comment below if you're running into any bugs with your Rivian or if you're planning to reserve the Gen 2 quad motor. I read every single comment, and your feedback might just help someone else in the community or to catch Rivian's attention. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, adventure is always out there.